Okay, I'm recording. Alright, this is my first video for YouTube. Um, I have uh, made this and changed the name to Silent Majority. Uh, I've had an experience 2 days ago, um, a hardware store in Chillicothe, Ohio. Um, I was uh, kicked out, forcefully pushed. I recorded it. I have that video. If once I learn how this works, maybe I can get it up. I don't know how this will work. I don't know if people will see this or if where this will go or what will happen. But I was watching the Ingram story. I watched Fox News and Laura, I think her name is the Angle, and she was telling that she's right. We need to stand up. We need to say something. We cannot take this no more. We cannot be silenced and have our rights taken away from us and just accept it anymore. Because there's just so much to talk about. But what I would like to do is hopefully maybe this will get some attention maybe, and other people will join in. I'm going to encourage, this ain't just for me. That's why I named it. I didn't put my name on it. This is for anyone that wants to come on and talk or put their view. We don't have to put their picture. We don't have to, I don't care. I'm going to put my face. Because I'm standing up here. This is it. I know a lot of people that feel the same way, but are scared, and just like they're right, they're scared. So what happened is I walked into the hardware store, and the woman there says she see me, my brother, and a cousin of mine, and there's one customer in this entire store. You mean other than us that walk in, and this woman, she walked up. She said, do you guys have a face mask?" And I said, "No, ma'am. I don't wear one. I don't want it to weaken my immune system. You know what I mean? I don't have it, so if I do contract it, that's something that I'll fight off. Whatever." I didn't explain that. I just said I didn't want it to weaken my immune system. I don't want to wear one. And she didn't say anything at that point, but she mumbled something walking away that my brother and my cousin heard. She said, I believe it was, "Oh, you just don't want to wear a face mask." And my brother had a Trump hat on. And she looked right over at him and she goes, I see. And she walks away. We didn't say nothing. We walk on into the store and we go back because we needed to rent a piece of equipment to do trim. And whenever we got back there, um, the guy behind the counter that was looking at, we were back here for probably 10 minutes. And just at this point, 15 minutes in the store, no one else said anything. All the other employees were just helping us. No one said anything. But I kept noticing that woman walking back and forth, like up and down the aisle, looking at us, talking to other employees. And of course, I'm a smart person, so I already seen what was happening. I already knew that what was happening was, she wasn't going to let it go. It had nothing to do at that point because no other customers but one, and I'm sure and then by this point they've left. So, and they have face covering, so it's not affecting them. It was the point that we wouldn't wear one, and my brother had a Trump hat on. They sat and like little rats, to each other, and until finally the guy that manager, well, he said he's the owner because I asked for the owner because after all this, but I'll tell you. So the guy finally that found us the saw this whole time, was talking to us, didn't say a word about the mask until we seen her and him back there talking. He's done helped us. He's done talked to us. He's done stood there. Ain't said a word about it. She sits back and she talks to him, and he looks back and looks right at my brother and looks at him, and then goes right over, grabs a box of face masks, and come out and says, "If you don't put a face mask on, you're gonna have to leave." So we, of course, me and my brother were like, "Whoa." So, of course, it was, it was at first, you need to wear a face mask or I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And of course, me and my brother was like, well, we ain't going to wear one. So, whatever, we'll leave, And he goes, well, just get out. And he started, of course, my brother and my cousin, they started walking out. And of course, I'm making my way out as well. But I'm getting in my pocket. I'm like, well, sir, I'm going to record this just because I don't want to wear a mask. I've been in here for 15 minutes. We're 2 minutes away from being done. And now it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I know why this is a problem. So I want to record and I want people to know and see how you are. He started pushing me out the door. I have it recorded. He started pushing me. I was like, I want to speak to the owner. Where's the owner of this establishment? I want to speak to the owner. Oh, I am the owner, he said. This man, oh, I am the owner. Yep, I am the owner. I was like, so you're the owner of this place? He said, yes, I am the owner. I was like, well, so why is it that and while I'm trying to ask him, I'm just trying to ask him questions, and I'm outside the door at this point. You know what I mean? He's done pushed me outside the door. I haven't stopped. I haven't, I wasn't moving quick enough. My questions and my comments toward him were were everything against what he was saying. You know what I mean? Like I was telling him, of course, the mask has no, only helps the person wearing it. Obviously, they have coverings on. I'm not sick. There's no other people. There's no other customers in there, and and I was happy to leave. Whatever if they didn't want it, but he started pushing me and getting so aggressive, and the people also behind him, were I could hear him. You know what I mean? I don't know if it has the. I'll have to listen to it, the audio on here, but he, they, they are just so happy that we are being kicked out because of who we supported, Donald Trump, our president. There was a time of where it seemed like not too long ago that you know you wasn't really scared to be so disrespectful to your president, but you knew that you could disagree with them on an election poll. You know what I mean? Like they were elected by the majority of the people. So you respected that, and you would never hear the media and the things like they say about Donald Trump. I mean, it's just a whole different, you know, what we would call treason 10 years ago. What we would call treason 10 years ago, 15 years ago, happens every day now. Happens every day now. Burning our flag. What? Burning our. Listen, man. Big shout out to Adam Calhoun. I know, like I said, I'm nobody. Nobody will probably even see this, but I'm gonna keep making them, and I'm gonna keep putting them out because we are the silent majority. We're gonna stand up. We're done. Let's let these people know who we are. You know what I mean? Screw the silent majority anymore. Let's show them. Let's show them who we are. It's time, y'all. This is it. I really believe it. That's why I'm doing this. I believe that we are close. We are close to losing our rights. We are so close to being a communist country. It's not even funny. Like, look what they're doing. Like, you see these mandates and these laws and stuff. Did you vote for that? I mean, whether it's right or wrong, I'm just saying. Think about it. Did you have a say in that decision? If you didn't, You are no longer living in a democracy. The people no longer, no longer have the say or the rule over the country. Now it's a dictatorship when one person passes down, our governor, Mike DeWine. Yeah, screw you. Sorry, but you're one of them. Horrible, 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 horrible uh, um, example. And, he's leading by. I mean, he is just a puppet, just like the rest of them. They're it's sad. It's really sad, and they will bow and they will do anything to let this keep going on. And we gotta stop this. We have to stand up. We have to say something. We have to say, okay, enough is enough. You are excluding the people. The people are God, of course, and then the people are number one. It's up to us as American citizens. American citizens to make that decision, right? Of any changes or any laws or anything that is going to affect our country as a whole. You know what I mean? Our country as a whole. That is us, up to us to make those decisions. How have we lost that? And how? But not only that. What's confusing me is how is it that we have allowed this to happen? Why have we allowed it? Of all Americans, how have we allowed them to do this? I'll tell you exactly why. Because they are distracting you. They are distracting you with all these shiny objects. So, hypothetical shiny objects in different places and all this other stuff. And while they're doing that, just like on the angle, exactly what she said, they're rules for thee, not for me. While they're doing that, while they're putting that out there, that you need to do all this and you need to do all that, they're behind the scenes getting things done that they want to get done. It's a distraction of what's really happening. And if you think I'm lying, if you think I'm just some crazy, dude that's just sitting here ranting, look for yourself. Ask yourself those questions. Did you vote on mandatory masks? Did you vote for sending everyone a check? Did you vote to, what? I mean, the list can go on, can go on and on. I mean, have can me or you go out right now and start smashing in buildings and burning places and burning the flag, and then the next day say, I want money, I want this, I want free that, I want everything that I am destroying? You see what I mean? I'm not really. We have allowed this to happen. We have allowed our country to go backwards. Is exactly what's happening, and it's other countries that are watching, that are looking at this and saying, you know, they're weak. They're fighting amongst themselves. They're burning their self down. What do you think would happen if Russia or China or whoever, I'm just saying whoever, decided to come at us and try to take our country, which many want to? They have books literally saying how to take our country from the inside out, and that is destroying the very foundation of our democracy. And if you can see with your two eyes, you see our democracy is at risk. Like I said, open your eyes and look. look, look what they're pushing. They're so brazen now that they're trying to completely dissolve the NRA. What in, I mean, what is going on here? Why is this happening? Stand up, people. Say something. Please, anyway, y'all. I got a lot more to say, but I'm watching the time. I'm gonna try to keep it around 15 to 20 minutes. Each time. This is my first video. I hope this gets out. I hope people can agree with it or not agree with it. Come in and give your different point of view. I'm completely open to debating anything. I'm completely open. I get facts. I look things up. That's why I'm making this. That's why I'm so frustrated, because I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing what's happening around, and I'm seeing that people are distracted with, the next new iPhone or the next new this or that that's coming out, that the government or the people that are in power, they're pushing to make it a distraction. Stop being distracted. Start opening your eyes. I mean, I keep hearing this woke crowd. Well, wake up. Wake up then. Look at what's going on. You can be whoever you want to be. That's exactly your choice. But that choice is now getting people fired. Just as much choice as you have to being LGBT or Q or BLM or whatever, you have just the same right to say, I don't agree with that. Like, now those people that say, well, hold on, people, the realistic thing is, most people don't care what color the other person is. We don't care what the other person, like, where, oh my gosh, but they're trying to push like people do, like people do care, whenever we know, we know we could care less. We could care less what uh you know color the person beside us is, where they came from. We judge people on their character. We judge people on how they treat us. Of course, there's always people, guys. I have been in black neighborhoods that didn't want me there. Just as, you know what I mean, just as it is anywhere. I was an outsider, and there was people. So there's people everywhere that just don't agree or like being around maybe the other race or the other person. There's always going to be them people of every demographic group. Every race is going to have those people, but the majority of people, especially here in the United States, don't care. We just don't care what color you are, white, black, brown. It don't matter. We don't care. But it's exploited, and those little pokers poke at those nerves, at those things, and agitators, and then everybody clings on and piles on, and next thing you know, here you have kids out here that don't know, that are literally just don't know the truth, and they're looking up to CNN, MSNBC, and they're looking up and they're watching this, and they're like, oh wow, I didn't know that white people were so racist. I didn't know that President Trump was so racist. I didn't know that police were so bad. You see what I mean? And then they're hitting the streets with a whole different mindset. You know what I mean? Because they're taught, whether it was by growing up where daddy was always in trouble with cops because maybe he was in drugs a lot. You know what I mean? Or mom benefited from voting Democrat because daddy left, and all that money was, you know what I mean, if the Democrats were given the welfare and the food stamps and all this free stuff and housing and all this. So that was an incentive. It was to keep people down, bro. How can you not see that? As long as you were down, you needed them. Why would they help you get up? If their whole premise was, vote for me, I'll give you all this free stuff, right? So when it comes to the next, kids growing up, they're watching. Well, it's a good thing that mom got rid of dad because boom, his baby mama with 6 kids and she get money for all 6 kids and she cool and daddy out there hustling or in prison, so he go in trouble with cops, so it's f the police, and it's so it's he has a negative outlook toward cops because his daddy wasn't out there preaching. His daddy was out there selling drugs or gang banging or something. So yes, you have a higher risk, obviously, of having a negative interaction with a cop. You can't around guns and drugs and you this and that and all that. Of course. What do you expect? You breaking the law. So the mentality of that, instead of being, what needs to happen is y'all need to get off now. What needs to happen is just being a positive influence, man. Like, what is like how did we lose sight of that? How did that get distorted from how did being a positive influence and being there get to be a bad thing? And I'll tell you, it goes right back to what the Democrats are doing. As long as they have you down, as long as they victimize you and say that whoever you are, poor, white, black, whoever you are, if you can victimize yourself and say that the world owes you and that it's because of this or because of that. Because, man, to be honest, I'm not in the best situation. You know what I mean? But I'm not blaming no one else. It's my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here on my phone and stuff. You know what I mean? I still see through it. Of course, I want all free stuff, but I'm not on unemployment. I'm on none of that. I'll go out and do what I can for me. You know what I mean? Like, you have to see through it. And as long as you have that attitude of self-preservation and of treating others as you want to be treated and all that, then that's how it's always been. You'll always not care what the person beside you, what they are, what they believe. It's their right. And this has just gotten too far out of hand. This has gotten way too far out of hand. We're being silenced. We're being fired. We're being kicked out of stores forcefully, pushing me out. We're being, I mean, called racist. We're being called anything just because I say, like, fuck BLM. You know what I'm saying? Screw, you know what I mean? Like, go to their page and read it. You know what I mean? Of course, Black Lives Matter. That all lives matter. Of course, your life matters just as much as my life. I'm not going to kneel before anyone but God. Make that straight right now, and let me catch a single person burning a flag. You see my face. Let me catch a single person burning a flag in front of me, and I will smack you in the mouth, flat out. So, we gotta stand up, y'all. We gotta do this. God bless y'all. I love you. Hopefully this gets out. I'm gonna keep doing them. Either way, it's a good way to get off my chest, get things off my chest. Hopefully I'll get away from these jitters. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous, so I'll be able to do a little bit better the more I go on. Um, Shout out Upchurch and Am Calhoun and all of them. Man, they're out here speaking their mind, speaking the truth. Thank you for influencing me and what I do. And I've been watching y'all. I watch every video. Man, big shout out, man. Huge love. Um, I hope y'all maybe if y'all even see this, even share. I mean, maybe if you want. I mean, I don't care. It's up to y'all. But let's start getting this out here, man. Let's start speaking facts, man. Let's start standing up for our rights, no matter who you are, no matter who you are, what you believe in. If you don't like it, this country and the democracy of it, then you do need to be like pointed out on. We need to stop excusing these people for their hatred, or they're just not knowing. They just don't know. We have these, because if we don't stand up and we don't make this a loud voice, then CNN and all of them, is their voice will keep being the loudest, which will mean they will keep being the most influential on the youth and our next generation. Y'all, we got to stop this. We got to. We have to do it, and if don't do it for yourself, man. Do it for these kids and our next generation, because man, we're going backwards. We're going backwards, man. We're teaching people now again to be racist, to see other people as someone lower, when we done went through that and got through it and showed that we're not. They're only doing this for that game, for that separation. It happens every time. And bro, come on, y'all, wake up. Let's do it. Oh yeah, conservative twins, love y'all, man. All y'all, man. I love y'all. You're amazing. Big shout out, man. All right, y'all. Going up. See you tomorrow.